Hello everyone, and welcome to a fun organization video here in the kitchen. So in today's video we have some organization that I had wanted to get done here in the kitchen. So we're going to just kind of get started here, and before I get started with some organization, I wanted to quickly oil up my butcher block countertop here. So I'm just getting that wiped down really well first of all. So this is something that I kind of have to stay on top of. It gets looking kind of faded looking, so I have some oil and things that I use on it. So we're going to get started with that one, and I will link this below for you. I've been using it for a while now, and it really does just brighten up this wood and make it look really nice again. So first of all, I'm just going over with the oil and just freshening it up, and then I'll let this sit. It's best if you can let it set like overnight. So I actually did let it set here all day and then overnight as well. And then in the morning I'll come back and put like the conditioner on and get it finished up. Once I was done with that, I'm going to go ahead and get a crock pot meal started. This is one of the meals that I had done for the freezer meal video. If you have seen that one, you'll enjoy that one if you enjoy freezer meals. So we are making this, it's a soup, and it was really good. Our first drawer is this one over here. Is just kind of lots of odds and ends and things. So I'm first of all just going to empty everything out, of course, and I had put the little organization, these wood pieces in here. I had glued them in, and they actually held up really nicely. A lot of them were stuck on pretty well still, but I am just going to change it up, and I have some new organization pieces that I wanted to try out. So we're going to take those little wood pieces out and just give this drawer a good cleaning before we get started with putting things back in. So for this drawer, I got this little organization for like the bags, and then also like for foil and plastic wrap and that kind of thing. So we're gonna try and put this one in this drawer, and it did come with some labels and things so you can easily label where everything is. So once I put the aluminum foil and the plastic wrap in there, and the cutters really did work really well. I was very happy about that. And then I'm just going to put in all of my bags. We have snack bags, sandwich bags, quart bags, and then I have two different styles of freezer bags. So we're going to put those in the back, and then I'm going to go ahead and label each container what is in it. So far I have been really loving this little organizer. I know some of these are kind of pricey, but I think it will last for quite some time, and I really do like how everything is working so far. And then over here on the side, I'm going to put like my twist ties in just a little container over here, and then also I'll put my bread bags in this container here. Here is the bread bags that I have, and these are just a different size, so I'm going to put these on the side. And you'll see in the end I traded things up just a bit. Next, moving on to this drawer. Once again, just getting everything out, that way we have a clean slate to work with, and so we can kind of figure out where we want everything. And for this one, I got these bamboo drawer dividers. I wasn't quite sure how they were going to work, but I really love them. You can kind of just organize it however you want, make different spaces. And yeah, so far really loving these. You can put little dividers wherever you need them. I'm just measuring how big of a space I need for the hot pads, and then I'll put a little divider there. And then I'm just moving on, just kind of getting everything fit in there, and kind of seeing where I want everything. And also, if one of these little spacers is maybe too long, you can always cut them down to the correct size as well. And then our next drawer over here, I'm just putting some extra things in over here on this side. And so I put one of the organizers horizontally, and then I thought it would work well to put the others like vertically the other way. But I did need to use a couple of those little spacers from the other pack of dividers and put those in the front. Here you can see where I put those in, just to keep this divider here from moving back, if that makes sense. Alright, and moving to the cutlery drawer, I got another bamboo organizer for that one. So this one expands however large your drawer is. I thought this would work nicely. Just kind of fill up the whole drawer and keep it from sliding around as much. So I'm going to take everything out and just kind of go through what was in there, and some of the things I didn't put back in because we don't really use them, and just kind of going through everything as I'm putting everything back in its right place. And then now I'm moving over to our spice cabinet. Again, just taking everything out. I thought I would be able to put the spices back in this cabinet, but because of the size of my new spice jars and the rack that I got and everything, it didn't work to put it back in here. So we're going to figure something out about that a little bit later. But to start off with, I got some glass containers that we are going to put all of these spices in and get them all looking nice and uniform and alike. And then I didn't get the labels in time for this video, but I do have labels that are coming in the mail. There was some labels that came with the containers, but I didn't end up using them. I made up my own. But you could totally use the labels that come with these little glass containers. So we're just going to go ahead and fill up all of our spice jars and get these all organized, and then we can put them on our spice rack. And again, I will link as much of this stuff as I can for you if you are looking for organization ideas or things like that. I know I wasn't able to reorder this specific size of spice containers exactly like this, but I will link some that are very similar for you. And these are in a 6-ounce size, so they're just a little bit bigger. I thought these would work better for the bulk spices that I've been getting, and would also leave room to refill and things like that. Here is where we are going to put our new spice rack above the microwave. It was kind of just some dead space. I did have the Instant Pot there, but I always thought something else should be there, so we're going to try putting a shelf in, and I just quickly made a shelf here and put it in on top of the microwave. And then now we are setting up our spice rack with all of our pretty spice jars with all of our pretty spices in it. I just really love how this looks. Everything, all these nice colors of spices, have everything nice and organized. And now that I have labels, I got my labels and put those on, and everything looks nice and uniform again. And then what we're going to put in here where the spices were is just some extra spices like vanilla and things like that that are not quite as aesthetically pleasing as far as looking at, and we're just going to put those on the little Lazy Susan, and then just fill up the rest of the cabinet just with some extra spices, things of that sort. And I'm just kind of rearranging things, kind of placing things in the cabinet, and then I'll kind of rearrange it and yeah, kind of figure out what's going to work best. Now that that cabinet is done, we are moving over to this side cabinet here, and I did just install this little drawer, and this is from Reva Shelf. I really like this so far. It's very smooth, and it was really easy to install as well, so I will of course link this one as well for you. But it fits perfectly in this cabinet, and I thought this would work well for like our drinking cups and things in the front. And then I just have some extra things here in the back that we can easily get to, and it makes it a lot easier to get to those things in the back that before were kind of hard to get to. Alright, and now that that is kind of finished there, we are going to just finish off with just kind of cleaning, wiping down some countertops, and just getting everything looking back in good shape again. Last thing that I wanted to do was hang up some lights under the cabinets, and I found these are like magnetic, so you just put the little magnetic the metal bracket underneath your cabinets, and then you can just stick these on, and they're easily removed like to charge the batteries. I'm loving these so far, and you can turn them either on all the time or turn them off, or you can have them like motion sensor, which I thought is really neat, especially in the evenings. It's nice once the lights are kind of off, you can still have a little bit of cabinet light when you need it. And I think they also just kind of add a nice look underneath your cabinets. Alright, so here is the different areas that we organized today. The spice cabinet that used to be the spice cabinet, and just a couple drawers here, and I am really loving how everything turned out, and just having it a little bit better organized. And I'll probably change things around yet as I kind of work with the spaces and just kind of figure out what works best for us. But I had a lot of fun organizing, and I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, so I'm glad you could join me, and I hope you got some motivation as well out of the video. And if you have some spaces that need some organization, I hope this helped. So I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.